Hello, everybody. It's your friendly neighborhood white guy, John. I don't have lighting right now, but that's okay. This is not a video about lighting. This is just a video that is about the coming election day and what I've kind of seen out there from people. As far as, somebody I know who's a psychologist on my timeline, a very talented and wonderful person, asked simply is, how's everybody feeling basically, or what's the stress levels going on right now? And to be completely honest with you, I responded by saying simply, it's, basically no stress on my end because it's out of our fucking hands. And it's been out of our hands for years. And if you think that your vote or your whatever or what have you means a shit anymore, it really doesn't. And I really feel that way as a 42-year-old white male who grew up watching the lies, watching the promises of so many things, and watching it get dismantled over the years. Um, and just shit getting worse out here while they get richer and more, corrupted and stuff like that by lobbyists and all this shit. Um, they don't care about us, man. They don't give a damn. It's about the bottom line. It's about money. That's all it's ever been about. That's all it's ever going to be about. And, you know, I'm just tired of it, man. I'm done with it. It's, and I'm tired with my fellow Americans too. I've said this before, and I really am tired at this point. It's so predictable and so fucking garbage the way people are just easily led one way or another to one side or the other anymore and stuff like that. There's no moderation anymore. There's no goddamn middle ground. And this is exactly what they wanted years ago. This is what they wanted. And I see this happening to bright and beautiful and like intelligent people. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, like if you could just hear yourself and how angry you're getting and how disillusioned you are with, peace. You're serving exactly what they want you to do. They want you to be war machines. They want you to hate each other. They want you to fucking be separate so you can't ally and take the power back. And that's just that simple. And I'm not going to sit here and educate you right now. I'm just going to let you do your research, look it up, whatever, man. But all I can tell you is that I'm not stressed too because I know that the good will always win in this country, one way or another. It may, we may be looking at Trump becoming the first attempted American dictator. And we are not going to allow that to happen. We're not going to become a tyranny. We are not going, and no matter what, you got to look at the pragmatism and the facts of, where there's a will, there's a way. And, it's never going to work in America for Trump or his closeted neo-Nazi corporate Nazi followers who've done all they could to engineer this race war for the last, at least 20, 30 years in this country. And they failed. They've already failed. Trump is a joke. He's a fucking orange monkey, fake fucking asshole. If they had any kind of goddamn gumption or balls or whatever, man, they would have took over the government on January 6th, but they couldn't. And now some of them, because of their, attempted half-ass shit coup, they are now serving life sentences in jail, man. I mean, that's fucking stupid. Like you went to jail for the rest of your life for a goddamn meme, literally a meme. Now I know what some of you are thinking. These guys have guns and they're doing this, blah blah. It's a very small, fragmented portion of America. Trust me. There are far more goddamn poor, unified, black, Mexican, whatever citizens against this shit. And we will win a war of attrition or civil war or whatever they think is going to happen. One way or another, if it takes, 4 years, 10 years, 20 years, I mean, it's not going to succeed. tyranny will never succeed and idiocy will never succeed in America. Period. Point blank. It doesn't matter if Trump wins, he's already lost. Okay? Even if he wins, he's a goddamn joke. He's a fucking idiot. He's, nobody takes him seriously within the Republican Party who has half a fucking brain. Liz Cheney is out there right now, most notoriously Dick Cheney's daughter, infamously, and she is supporting Kamala Harris, a fucking Democrat, because she cannot get behind a goddamn idiot because she has a brain in her head and she's a fucking leader. She's a politician. She's somebody who is fucking intelligent. And she is flat out saying, he's a foreign policy, everything, just everything. His administration fell apart. And you still got these goddamn militant fucking Trump supporters who are just like Trump and blah, blah, blah. And he's done nothing and he's failed at business. He couldn't even, like I said, run a goddamn hotel or property management and whatever, dude. I mean, he couldn't even do that. Like I said, it's ridiculous. And sure, he's going to have some voters come out and whatever, but he's never going to win. And even, like I said, even if he does get elected again, he's not going to win. Whatever scary plans you think this motherfucker is going to enact or do, I mean, look at the pragmatic facts, okay? The first time he ran and he won, he tried to build a goddamn wall. He couldn't get that done. He tried to do this and that and the other. He couldn't get shit done. Half of his people, majority of his people left. They walked away. He fired anybody who didn't cow down to him and suck his dick on a regular basis and follow whatever stupid ass goddamn agenda he had. Spicer being one of them, which was fucking, he just got tired of going out there and explaining to people or trying to justify this fucking idiot's actions. And he obviously is a man of intelligence, character, and served in the military. And he's like, man, I just can't explain this shit anymore. You find somebody else. Now that's pretty goddamn bad. When you're in make no mistake, these government jobs they're getting are big career advancements and big security, big fucking money for them in the future. And they, anybody attached to that first presidency of Donald Trump, I guarantee you, is going to have a hard time ever getting to be a president. Mike Pence, I think, learned that the hard way. Because he was the vice president of this douchebag, he is, even with the attempt on his life, which they tried to kill Mike Pence, his own vice president, during the fucking insurrection. And yes, that's right. It's an insurrection. He didn't, he will never be able to probably get a presidential run in this country. Trump has literally ruined his political career, and anybody attached to him has been ruined by Trump. And just because of in those 4 years, he has destroyed the careers of so many career politicians. You got to face facts, man. This shit is fucking stupid. Like I said, once again, I want to reiterate for anybody who's sensitive right now or scared or falling into the media loop of Trump could possibly win and blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Even if he fucking wins, you got to look at the facts, man. 2 people have already tried to take this motherfucker out by shooting him in the head. That's going to inspire other people to do the same. He will never be secure in this country completely. They will have to invest so much time and money security-wise to keep this motherfucker from getting killed. And the only saving grace he has right now is to, wait till after the election. And if he does get elected, people don't want to martyr him. But I think people really don't care because they're like, fuck it, he needs to die because he's talking crazy fucking shit, man. He's talking about never leaving the White House. He's talking about never giving up power. He's talking about all this fucking nutso shit that is just, because that's how stupid the man is. He believes that he is invincible. He believes that he can dodge bullets now. He believes that Jesus has ordained him as the holy. I mean, I don't even understand it. But regardless, it doesn't matter. Like I said, he can do whatever the fuck he wants to and get elected. And, if he doesn't succeed power, we'll just storm and kill him. That's it. If he becomes a tyrant, fuck it. Let's just storm the White House, go to war, get this out of our systems, and fucking whoever lives will create a better goddamn tomorrow. That's it. And, you know, I said earlier, I don't cast my vote, okay? But in the same turn, you know, we just got to give democratic process its due before we just descend into all out chaos. And that's what we need is more moderate thinking in this nation, more moderate thinking in this country. We need more middle ground work. We need to start seeing each other as allies again, fellow Americans, because I'm going to tell y'all something, and this is the fucking wake up call to every goddamn American. You realize that the other countries of this world are seeing us right now and they are judging us on who we elect. And the first time we elected Trump was a warning to the rest of the nations that we are willing to put an unhinged, potentially mad, ignorant fucking douchebag in power. You can't be doing that with nukes and money and monetary value and economic status and all this stuff. And as a result, America's economy and confidence in our economy and confidence in our trade, confidence in our logistical system falls because of the simple fact that if we elect an idiot, then who's going to keep the world turning, right? So, in that regard, it's kind of like, why worry? And that's exactly the point. Like, he can do whatever the hell he wants to try to do, but it's not going to work. And even if he does get elected, he's going to have to battle his own party every step of the way to approve any agenda. Half of his party does not want him in power. The only reason why a lot of them haven't spoken out was because they were afraid of, you know, he used fear and intimidation tactics of, I'm going to basically ruin your political career if you don't back me. A lot of them kneeled down and you know, cowed down to him, which I suggest you learn everybody who backed him and you don't back them in the future because they're weak-kneed cowards. They're idiots. They're, you know, they're scared. They're easily terrified and intimidated, and that's not what you want in leadership, Democrat or Republican, period. You don't want somebody who says, oh, I'm going to take your job away, and they're like, oh, I'm going to say whatever, agree with whatever crazy shit you say, okay? And, you know, you got to face the facts, man. He has divided the Republican Party so much so to where nobody could even come up with a clear consensus as to whether they want him to run or not or whatever. Liz Cheney, once again, I have to make this point again. Liz Cheney, a career Republican, is backing a Democratic presidential nominee. Do you realize how crazy this shit's gotten? That may be the first time in 20, 30 years this has clearly happened. This is your warning sign. These are your warning signs. These are your red alarms. These are your fucking red flags, dude, that we are really in serious trouble in this nation, and we all need to start finding moderation again. We really do. And you know, Reagan, for whatever you want to say about Reagan, he had the gift of allying both parties, Republicans and Democrats. That's how he got Reaganomics and all these things passed, is because he was good at bringing people together across the aisle. With any kind of president, now more than ever, you need someone who is going to be able to bring that together and to bring up, you know, regardless of what's happened in the last 4, 8, 12 years of this nation, to bring these two parties together, to ally them under the same goal of rebuilding and reforming America into something that is going to be beneficial for all Americans, regardless. So it has to happen. It has to fucking happen. Trump, you know, he's not the guy, and he won't be the guy, and he never will be the guy. And whatever left of his militant following there is, it's going to die off eventually, man, because they just are holding on to some kind of fucking, you know, ghost chance in hell that this fucking moron's going to do something, anything close to what he promises. And he won't. He's not. He's a liar. He's a pimp. That's all the fuck he does. He lies, he pimps. And they're easily bought because he's promised them all this great grand shit and all this stuff that I'm going to drop all these things and do all this and blah, 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 blah. Well, he couldn't do it in the first run. He's not going to do it this time. And everything that he passed as far as trying to roll back legislation and all this about environmental protections, he's going, you know, that shit's either failed or been rescinded or fucking fought, you know, tooth and nail by people who won't allow it to happen. And eventually that's just going to be the case. Whatever he tries to do militant wise or crazy or take over this or blah, 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 it ain't going to happen. And if it does, then he's going to face such huge resistance military wise and everything like that, that it will just never succeed. I mean, for God's sakes, man, you got to look at the facts too. This motherfucker had CIA protection. He had Secret Service protection. He had the entire police department of that local county watching his ass. And somehow a kid was able to climb up on a roof with a gun and take a shot at his ass. That should tell you something. A lot of these motherfuckers don't like him, and they're not watching his back, and they don't give a fuck if he gets killed. And they're hoping somebody will succeed. That's what I feel about it. So that's kind of nuts. So, you got to take that into account. Either way, don't be worried. Don't fucking stress, man. It's going to be another day in America, and we're all used to this bullshit system now. We just have to, roll with the punches, get up the next day, and fucking do what the fuck we got to do, and just realize that as supposedly threatening as he is, he's really no threat at all. He has no power. He has no thing. He has nothing that he can do to hurt anybody anymore. He's done. This is just the last death throes of an old, wore out piece of shit who's trying desperately to prove that he is somebody and something, because his ego's so goddamn huge that he can never just let this shit go. So with that being said, man, rest easy, be peaceful. Sorry for the video, but I just had to vent about a couple of things. And don't worry, it's going to be fine. We're going to make it. And if the worst comes to worst, he will face so much, like I said, resistance, violence, protests, daily just shit will. And I mean, if nothing else, this will bring us even further together as a country, like his first administration did. I felt like he was so goddamn bad to where there was a lot of people who were like, yeah, fuck that motherfucker. And we may not agree exactly where the path of America is going to go, but we all agree that this motherfucker's fucking retarded. So there we go. Anyways, I love you guys. Be safe. Thanks for watching. Hey, everybody, it's me. And trust me, I'm wearing this because it's the warmest thing. I'm not a militant. I'm not some crazy fucking motherfucker. I'm just trying to speak some logic, man, and just trying to calm y'all down, okay? You guys take care. Be safe. Love each other. Get together. Talk to your neighbors. Talk to somebody you wouldn't ever talk to today. Talk to a gay person. Talk to a right-winger. Talk to somebody else, man, because dialogue and talking and getting together is how we're going to fucking conquer this fucking separatist AI media control horse shit they got going now to push us to extremes when we need to be coming together right now as a nation. Take care, everyone. Bye.